back to what you said about the commitment. 13 games into the season, after I think we lost the first 13 league matches. I saw the announcement of that you were staying on and staying. Was that a club? Was that a joint decision, like together, or did Guillaume go up to you and say we want you to commit, or how did that all
It was
work?
to show everyone that we were committed and that
Right.
I was not going anywhere. I mean, it's like, yeah, that we were here together. We've been here together, and that we were here in this. I don't know if in the club's more difficult moment in all his history at this level in non-league, in the most difficult moment in my coaching career, in my coaching journey after nearly 23 years,
Yeah.
I've never found this. So, and it's not that we lost games, because I remember in my first season here in 2015, 2016, we started also with, I could say, I think it was like the first 10 league games lost. We were winning on cup runs and FA Cups, FA Pass, and some minor cups, trophies. The problem is how we were losing. You know,
Right,
the problem is
yeah.
that we were like completely locked, and it's been, I told everyone, it has been the first year where I went into a changing room at the halftime and I said, okay, we're gonna lose, but then we need to know how to lose. You know,
Right.
for me that was a massive. I've never said this before, so I assume that it's like, okay, we need to work out how to avoid to concede a lot of goals per game. We got this. You said 13 games, League Ones, but then we've got smashed also on FA Cup and FA Pass so early in the first rounds, and also with awful scores. It was 10-0 and 5-0 at home. So it's not the way that we lost; it's how we were losing. And then I didn't know, because it was like it is coaching, and it's like, well, everything is coachable. I would not say that only the players were responsible. It's like I was not coaching properly neither, because I was focused, bring players in mainly, and then try to do some network, try to chat with other managers from divisions above, trying to requesting help everyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was responsibility of everyone. The club tried their best. Also, we were thinking what's the best strategies. When you're in this situation, also the players that you can just bring in are not the players that could be thinking to fight for championships or promotions. You know, it's like, who wanna come to a club that every day, every game day is being battered?
Yeah.
So it was not easy, but yeah, I think we've learned, everyone, and myself the first, absolutely. Like I said, it starts everything, I think, for being flexible with the players as a person in terms of work, families, and everything. And then, yeah, it's something that I learned this season, something to take to my journey.
One thing I'll always notice is a lot of teams, and this is no disregard to any other teams that played in the division, but a lot of teams in non-league play the route one over the top to the striker. But I always noticed you weren't that type of coach to just want to lock the ball over the top. You always wanted to try and play out from the back, play out almost like.
That's something misunderstood with me from the beginning. Just
Right.
just because my passport, everyone thinks that it's like I have to, you know, that I'm mirroring people playing in the coaching in the Premier or coaching, you know, and then everyone is just, I think, misunderstanding this. I'm a natural winner. I just want to win. So it's
Right.
like I really believe I base everything on the profile of the players that we can have, and then following that, of course, then my philosophy as a coach is I understand that I need to have the ball, because if I've got the ball, I will be closer to get the reward that I want.
Right.
And in addition, if I'm closer to get the reward, the opponent will not be closer to get the reward. So I want the ball just to attack, and then when I don't have the ball, I just want to win it back as quick as possible to have the option again. Because of this, so it's like, again, if a team is pressing high and everything, we're not gonna build from the back, because I don't wanna become suicidal. So it's like I don't want the players to get comfortable and also to make their own decision making. But when not, I think that is the best option, just to track someone and then find someone free on the next line, and then happens the same on the second zone. So that's the target. In this league, what we've found, I'm completely happy. So if we can find our striker or attack players as soon as possible, straight on, and then he can have the chance to score, I'm happy to do it. How many times this is happening? And then if we base ourselves in the profile of the players that we had up front, how many physical players, or during nearly all my spells here, how many strong, tall, physical strikers we had? Not so many. So how we can send like long ones, direct ones to players that one of their strengths is just to receive on their feet, and then it's like try to play with their mates, back pass, and then after that look for deep runs. So if that's their best, who am I to try to change this? What I need is just to implement all this. But again, it's starting. It's not only that the strikers were ready for that. It's like, are we ready just to try to build from the back? Is our goalkeeper ready? Is our centre backs ready, brave enough? And it's not like, of course they're brave, they're gonna get it, but they know when to release this ball. They know how to release this ball, because if I've got a centre back that the first pass is a random one, and this ball is gonna, it's like, I always believe that these long ones, random ones, as quick as they go high, the quickest goal goes back to your goal, also to your box. So as more as we can elaborate the game and everything, at the end, at this point, I was not expecting to build something in terms of strong football principles linking with my philosophy. I was like mainly probably focused more in to try to compete. Then it's like have a good shape offensively. In this league we cannot be naive, and then it's like there's plenty of defensive mistakes, defensive disadjustments. So at some point, if you're really consistent in terms of the ball, you will have chances. So you don't need to be really good one or really powerful in attack, because it's like that happens in our team, in teams again. So I think that is the level that we are. So if you're just consistent, and then you really streak off the ball, you know that in possession things will happen. The problem is that we were completely the opposite. So it's like we had the ball and we had some nice spells, but we were, well, non-consistent, I think is a good word. I mean, we were a disaster of the ball. It's like with decision making, it's not about individual mistakes, it's like players, placements, positions. And then if you just put in the same bag, like lack of confidence, of course, scoring in the first 2-3 minutes of every game. So that's the backpack is massive, and it was not challenge, it was pressure. So who wanna play? I remember, I don't know if you will mention, but I remember Peterborough Northampton away. Yeah. So that was a massive slap for us, because it was the third game of the season, I think. And we were 1-0 in the first 30 seconds with Jadens' goal.
That's right.
And we were having a good spell, but then we went back to the changing room with a 7-2 at the half time after 45 minutes. Why? And I changed both centre backs in the minute 25, and it was not players, because these players after that they've been playing and in other clubs. So it was like everything was wrong. So it was like the puzzle was really wrong, the base was really wrong. It's not like they were not players or they didn't know how to. Probably they were not the best players to match together.
Sure.
But this is something that I couldn't pick this year, because at the end it was like, you want to come on board, and then let's try to work it. So it's everyone's responsibility, but massively. I don't know if I'm linking with your question.
No, that's okay. I was just going back to mentions about lack of confidence, but 18 games about a win. We then went to Northampton, Jadens, away from home. How much of a relief was that day winning the way we did? And for the players as well, not just...
Yeah, mainly, I would say it was not so much for me. All season I've been really unhappy, and I've not enjoyed at all. I mean, it's like because I was concerned till the very end of the last minute of the last game also in this case, so we've got the proof. I remember this game, at the end of the game, I tried to put everyone in the changing room, because the players were really cheerful and really excited, of course, and but I think that a lot of people, yourself, Perkins' family, that they've been traveling away every game, supporting us, Tracy, Heather, all the volunteers, everyone that was there, I just squeezed them into the changing room. I was outside at this point because there was no space, but also it's like you deserve to leave this because we've not been living this for a while, and yeah, you deserve. So yeah, it was a massive 3 points. It was like we're still alive. That in another league with the points that we had after 18 games, and we would have been completely dead in I would say January. Luckily this season, and then with the teams involved, and then with Peterborough falling massively, so just withdrawing from the league, I don't know. So it's like a lot of things has not helped us, and these little bits has helped us. But yeah, Northampton was like a kind of, it was not like a big issue, like a big statement, and then everything changed from there, because we've been like on and off. We've been really irregular the whole season. But at least in Northampton, it was like we're saying we can make it, and we've shown today that yes, if we want, we can make it. That it will be tough as it was, but that we can make it. And yeah, it was like the first one of few, not so many.
Sure. Well, one of the players who returned to the club that day was, and we'll mention a couple of others while we go through this. I believe that was the game that Jadens Irish returned as well. How much of an impact did he have back in your team? The experience
massively. At some point, I would rely massively in Jadens and in gas profiles, because thanks to them, I mean, when we were having, I knew that they were not. When everyone left, they didn't leave to the same club or the same squad. So this is something like it used to happen. So it's like you're working together and things are working well. It doesn't mean you're a good player, but it doesn't mean that the environment also makes a lot. No, I put always the same sample. If you would take Messi's from the best FC Barcelona, you would have put Messi, I don't know, in Valencia or in Everton. You know, I don't care about names. It would have been work for him in the same way that we never know. We will not know. We will not know neither. But that's the same. So it's like Jadens' profile, Gas' profile, whoever's profile was working here. The clubs that they joined at all, so it was not working as they expected probably. So it was a good point just to tell them like, hey, now I need your help, and I still can, I think, help you in terms of let's keep enjoying while playing, because it's the main thing that they are looking for as a players, to enjoy while they're playing the game that they love. But it was a tough decision for them also, because again, you're coming to the bottom of the league and with not the best options in the world, so a really tough decision to take for them. So they were waiting probably that they were waiting to be a group of them agreed, because no one wanted just to step in and then after that no one else is coming, and no one could save this on their own. Right. So they were waiting just for a group of them. They were talking between players, convincing some of them like, lads, this is a huge challenge, but we think we can do it together, and the club is expecting us, because I told them I need some players. If we should have a chance, it should be with the players that almost with some of the players that we had last season, because they've shown before how competitive they were this season, because at the end it was like, and then suddenly we were there, and like I said, it was probably not the win, it was how it worked, because it was a 3-2 over when we were twice, being 1-0 down and 2-1 down, and yeah, we showed some character, and we were there, and I think that at the end the score was slightly short, because I think we've got few options more and everything, but we could dismantle them through football, and this is something that has not happened a lot this season. So it was like a key point just to show ourselves that the last stage of the season we were more than ready.